Okay, so I filmed a new video on how to create a French manicure out of a Color Street set with Clear as Day on top. And I used a 5/8 inch hole puncher, which I'll show you throughout the video on how I did it. But I think they turned out really fun. I love it. I did this for Thanksgiving nails too, and just figured I would come on and make a video to show you how easy it is to get this look without having to buy a French set and changing up your color sets just a little bit. Now, just a disclaimer, you do have to have a little bit of a patience because it's like art and crafts, but if you like art and crafts, then this is for you. Enjoy the video. Okay, so we're going to do the French look. I'm going to use the new holiday set, limited edition, called Holidays, to achieve this look, and then Clear as Day on top. And I have a little bit of Clear as Day left over, so I'm going to try to use this first before opening this guy. So you need to have your sets in Clear as Day, and then I'm going to use this 5/8 inch hole puncher here, and you're going to need scissors and an orange stick. Couldn't think of the name of it, and I brought a little plastic cuticle stick just in case too. So those are the supplies that you're going to need to get today's look. All right, so let's open up Holidays. And inside, you're going to get your file, your alcohol wipe, and your nail strips. So now you're going to have a couple more supplies, but those were already given to you. Okay, so we're going to open up these strips, and we're going to figure out what size works best for creating these nail tips. And this is only the second time I've done this, so bear with me. I may have a couple little boo-boos as we go along, but I'll try to get this as perfect as I can. So last time I did this, I used this right here for the pinky. I feel like this one is just too small for me for the French, so I'm going to get rid of that one. And so I want to use this for the pinky, and I'll pull off the other one too, right there. And I'm unsure if I can get away with using the ring finger on that, so I'll try first, but if not, I will probably go to this smaller one here. Definitely want to use the bigger thumb, and I always use this one for the middle finger, so I'll get that one out. And then I'm gonna have this one out for the ring finger, and then this one out for the pointer. So this all looks good to me so far, and that left me kind of with this leftover and these two extras. So I'm just gonna set these aside back here. All right, so let's get started and let's prep the nails like usual. I just open up that alcohol strip. I take alcohol and I use it all on the nails, and then I use it on my nail beds. Now I have already prepped my nails. I've pushed back my cuticles. I've washed my hands, and I have filed them to the desire that I want. So make sure before you do anything, you do all those steps first. All right, so let's give it a go with the pinky here. I'm going to take off that top little slip there. And I'm actually going to leave the back of this on, and I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take it in this hole puncher. Sorry, this was from the last time I worked. I still have a little thing. I'm going to take it in the back of this hole puncher, and I'm going to try to line this up. There's like an arrow here of where I want it. And the biggest struggle I had was just trying to line it up. So that's what I'm going to kind of work on right now. But you see how I just put in that little bit of the tip there, and I'm just going to cut it. And so it kind of comes out like a curve. I like to use this anchor technique a lot, and especially for this, because it really helps. And I think my hand might be in the way, but I'm gonna try to show you. You just want to put it on where the white part of your finger is, or if you want, you can make yours thicker or thinner. It's just your preference. I like it. I'm gonna come over just a little bit. I was a little short on this end. There we go. And look, that kind of pulled away. Didn't mean to do that, but I guess that worked perfectly. It covered my whole nail. Okay, well that was a boo-boo. Don't do that. Normally I would just cut off the excess, but I pulled it kind of tight there by accident. All right, so that pinky is done. Okay, so I'm gonna take this next one and do this on my other pinky. And I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a cut. Okay. Then I'm just going to pull this down slightly. I actually think a vertical anchor is probably going to be better for this one than that horizontal, just because my finger keeps getting stuck on the back of that nail strip and then it messes up. All right, so that one went really easily. Just put it down and cut. So you have a little bit left over there, unlike how I did on the other side. We kind of messed that one up, but that's okay. So you're going to do your normal like pressing down and then folding down the strip, and then taking your thumbnail very lightly or the orange stick and just tucking it up underneath that nail and then leaving it and go on to the next one. Now that we have both pinkies done, let's go to the ring finger. And I'm almost wondering if with this one, let's see how many we can get. It'll just be interesting to see. So I've already learned a little trick at doing this the last time, but I just learned another trick from here. So I think we might be able to get maybe 4 out of this. We'll see. Let's do it. All right, so you take this little strip, you put that in there, show you that again. You know, I took that first layer off, and then just take about that much, cut it. Let's see, yes. Now, learned a trick here. Do not use the horizontal anchor technique, because let me tell you, your finger will stick to that and it will not do good. Okay, so we're gonna, actually, let's go to the pointer on this one first, just because that strip is a little bit, I think, smaller. Is that gonna fit? I don't know, y'all, that looks a little small. Let's go back. Yeah, that fits that ring finger much better. Okay, let's go ahead and cut it. Have your little leftover there. Set that down for just a second. And then tuck, tuck, tuck. I'm going to show you this orange cuticle trick here. There we go. All right. And then we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull this back up so it's on there. And then we can actually just cut this so it's out of our way. Go back into this. And we're going to cut just a little bit more off, about right there, okay? This one actually looks wider now as we get in the middle of it. It's almost like you have to do this twice. So I might actually go back over that ring finger one more time because it got a little bit short on the edge there. And just not worry about using this on the pointer finger. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut in a straight line. Set that down. Do our usual tuck. Oh yeah, I like that much better. right, we're learning together on this journey. It's so much fun. Look how pretty that looks. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna redo this nail strip over here. Okay, let me fix that. So I'm gonna go, I took that one off on the other side because I just felt like it needed to be a little bit wider. So I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna stick it in here. Take off about that, let's see, that much. Yeah, that's it. All right, let's put it on. So you kind of got to get very creative with this. If you do not have patience, this would not be for you because it's kind of a learning journey, I would say. Oh yeah, that's so much better. I'm gonna take that off. A learning journey, just trying to figure out how you want to actually cut it, and then figuring out which strips you want. You know, this is the only second time I've done this, so I'm not an expert on this by any means. I just like how it really looks when you get finished, and you almost can't tell even when you make a mistake because it's just so pretty. All right, so now we have that completed. Let's go to the middle finger. Not to mention, make sure you save this strip here. You do not want to throw it away because you can take it and put everything that you didn't use back into here, use a lighter or a hair straightener, and just reseal this package, and these won't dry out, okay? Or they might dry out a little bit, but barely, and you can probably get away with it using them again. Okay, let's go to this middle finger. Sorry if my voice sounds hoarse. I have worked the last 3 days in a row, and I have today off, thankfully, but I just feel a little bit like I have a nurse hangover when I work 3 days in a row, 12-hour shifts. Catches up with you. Okay, so what you want to do, again, you take that and you take just the tip off. You know what, I think I'm gonna do it again just to get a little bit wider. Oh yeah, that's it. So I actually did it twice for the middle finger just to get that wider edge in there. All right, and then we're gonna do the anchor. We're gonna come over and we're gonna line that up with our white here. And it doesn't cut it completely straight, so you have to kind of line that up how you want it, then cut like usual. So at least we have that technique down, right? Then rub and tuck. Tuck underneath that nail, just like that. Rub, rub, rub. The orange stick really helps to get that looking really clean. Oh, cuticle, okay. I highly recommend using one of these, works really well. And we're going to cut this middle finger again. And probably about right there. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, that works great. Okay, I think I am getting the hang of this. Woohoo. Telling you, everything with Color Street, I swear it takes about 2 to 3 times, and then once you once you get it, you get it. You know what I mean? Like, makes it easier. I almost feel like my white tips over here are much thicker than over here. I always seem like, oh, these are tiny. Okay, and then I'm gonna take this anchor off here, cut like I normally do. I just don't like all that extra. It stresses me out having to worry about it. So I'm just gonna cut. This one's very sticky too. It sticks so fast. Okay, then I'm gonna take this cuticle pusher, just clean up the area. See how much is sticking to my finger is sticky, sticky. I don't think this one's gonna go anywhere for a while. All right, Then I'm going to take this orange stick. I have a little bit of extra overhang. So like I said, it just really cleans up nicely. See that? You can really get a nice cleanup. Oh, that looks so pretty. Okay, I can't wait to finish this one. All right, and then we're gonna go to the pointer fingers. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the pointer finger. We're gonna do the exact same thing. We're gonna take off the top strip. We're gonna take it into the 5/8 hole puncher. And then we'll see if the first one does it, but it seems like the second one has been doing the best. Yep, so let's do it one more time. I'm just gonna take off just a tad bit more, and that's perfect. So the second hole punch worked great. Take that, do the little anchor technique here. Vertical, put that strip on where you want it. Tack down those sides. Okay, cut that back. All right, and then tuck your little tips here. You can use that. Cuticle pusher. Looking good. All right, going on to the next one. So I'm going to pull this back up onto the white here. Put this back in. Cut to where you feel like you got a good desired amount. I feel like that's going to be great. Pull it back down, do that anchor, and apply it where you feel like it's going to apply best. That one was actually my easiest one. Look at that. Go back here, cut it again. I don't cut very well with my left hand. That's the only trick to this. Cutting with the left hand is definitely interesting. Okay, and then we'll just tuck. Got a little bit left over that time, so what I might do is just kind of tuck with my thumb, to be honest. It's already stuck to my finger. I'm telling you, this one sticks so well. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't feel like this one is going to budge anytime soon. All right, got those done. Let's move on to the next step. Now, before I move on to the thumbs, I'm going to go ahead and let these like rest for 15 minutes. And then I'm gonna put clear as day on, which you're not gonna notice because it's gonna be fast forward in real time. You know what, I actually might just go ahead and add my thumbs. I'll take that back. Let's add the thumbs and then I'm gonna let them sit for 15 minutes and then we're gonna put clear as day on. Although that's normally my rule is thumbs last, but I have a little thing up my sleeve that might help. Oh, silly me. Take off the clear strip. And I took the bigger one of the thumbs, so hopefully I only have to do one. Let's see, we're gonna clip that here. Yeah, I feel like I have to take off a little bit more. There we go. Do that anchor. Line it up where it's straight for your fingernail. Might not be the straight on the strip, but for your fingernail. And then cut that back. Push that underneath. Oh, looking pretty. This time I can use this. There we go. Push that down with the cuticle stick. I really hope I'm getting this on the camera for y'all. It's so hard to pick up little delicate things, but This one's a little bit long, so I'm going to use that cuticle stick just to help me. See how I'm kind of like taking that slant and just kind of going up and under. Do the same thing there. And kind of just moving this one a little bit. Got a little long. All right. That looks good. Thumbs are done. All right, wait 15 minutes before you file that. Don't file it yet. Okay, so you can watch my other video on how to like file and make these tips look great, but I'll just show you one just so we can get started. I'm gonna go back to this pinky, and you're just gonna wanna file down, like a downward motion. And basically what you're doing, you're just perforating that strip right on the tip, and that will help for you not to have so much tip wear on the top. And the reason why I said to really let these wait about 15 minutes is because there is some shrinkage, and I feel like with a French, you really don't want a ton of shrinkage because we're right there on the tip of our finger already, you know? Normally you can get away with filing a little bit quicker on just regular set. But like I said, this does take some patience. So I just used that file and went downwards, and then as it perforated, I just used this to pull it away, and that was it. All done. I'll show you one more. Same thing here. I just like to make sure it's really good and filed. And then I just start kind of making sure that's perforated by pulling it back. See how easily that comes off? It's like the most satisfying feeling when you get all of that off. It's all done. So yeah, that's basically how you finish out the tip part, and then I'll come back and show you how to do the clear part over. Okay, I'm not gonna show you how to do every single nail, but I kind of want to give you an idea and a little bit of a trick for using these clear as day. So the biggest thing with clear as day is you do not want to touch the back of that strip. Well, you want to like touch it as least as possible because you don't want to have fingerprints, or it might look a little cloudy. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to do this on my ring finger. Is like normal, we're gonna take this tip off right here, this little first layer, and when we anchor it, we want to anchor it so that, like, this is really important. Like, you have to anchor this because otherwise you will get fingerprints. Anchor it, and then once you kind of get above that cuticle, make sure, because once you place it, like, you don't want to pull that back up. That looks good. And I kind of pull, I don't know if you notice, I pull a little tight right there. Not a lot. You don't want to like rip it, but you want to pull it a little bit tight. And then the rest is really like normal with the strips. You just cut it and have a little tip left. Oops, we got left on my scissors there. There we go. And then, you know, you want to rub like normal, push it underneath like normal. So everything else is like normal with this. You just don't want to touch the back of that strip or take it off. Like when you put it down, you want to make sure like that's where you want it. And then you can go and use it on the other side. So I'll show you one more time. So we're going to turn this over. Have it hanging off. Take off that little piece there. You're going to want to put it right above that cuticle. Okay. So yeah, I'm just making sure, a little crooked, it's okay. Come on. Come off my finger, there we go. Right, I like it, I like it. Right, and kind of pulling out a little bit, and then just put it over. that's it. That's all you do. And you'll do that on the rest of the fingers.